Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. It is the CHGO Bears Podcast presented by PointsBet. Use promo code CHGO when you sign up to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. Welcome into the show. My name is Adam Hoge, and I am joined by my friend, Mark Carman, today.
Give me a little fist bump, baby.
What's up, buddy?
I mean, there is nothing like getting a text from you last night, 10 o'clock, very deep in a bar situation, karaoke going on. We were at the Special Olympics down with Fansided, celebrating a 15-year anniversary of my place of employment. And, hey, can you come on the show tomorrow? I'm like, I'm flying out tomorrow at 5. I'll be here, buddy.
You flew all the way from Orlando this morning just to be here.
Just to be here on the show.
No other reason.
I moved my flight forward to make this show.
No, you didn't, but I appreciate the gesture anyway. No, but he really was in Orlando doing great stuff with the Special Olympics.
Yeah, it's honestly, Special Olympics is one of the coolest organizations going. Covering Super Bowls, the first one that I got to cover, which was also with Fansided in 2017. You probably were on Super Bowl 10. You superstar, you. But we shared it. We shared WGN's table. You were nice enough to allow us there, and we started to.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. I mean,
I've missed our Super Bowl dinners the last couple of years.
Yeah. No, it's been painful. The pandemic and all. But so one of the everyone's coming up, and will you talk to this person? Will you talk to that person? And we developed a relationship with Special Olympics, and then you end up learning that they are creating opportunities for so many that wouldn't get opportunities to compete and make their lives better. It's so powerful what they do. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's good stuff. But yeah. I know we're here to talk some Bears. Let's go.
No, we'll jump in. Mark Carman, of course, from Fansided. He's been on the show before, and I appreciate him sitting in. Those of you who watched the show yesterday, probably not surprised that Nicholas Moriano is not here.
Where is Nick?
We had a Michael Jordan flu game situation going on yesterday. So we had to carry him through the show a little bit. But he finished strong. I don't know if he has a voice anymore.
I mean, yeah, you made him do the ad reads even though his voice was half out.
Yeah.
But the whole just connecting him to Mike there. I mean, Mike's here the next day. Let's be honest. I mean,
well, that was yesterday. That was left over from yesterday.
Okay.
You're correct in that it probably shouldn't apply today since he's not here.
I mean, he had
correct.
a chance.
Yeah, he's clearly not Michael Jordan. We knew that.
This guy right here, by the way, Mark Carman, is the #1 Michael Jordan.
I'm wearing
fan.
him today, baby. I got the logo on. Let's go.
What'd you think of the shrug video we did on TikTok?
I absolutely loved it and was super jealous that I didn't think of it. And I do want to know how many takes it took you to nail the ping pong ball shot.
2
takes. Yep.
That's definitely
and
a lie.
By 2, 32.
But you got it in there. Good job.
You think all my days of playing beer pong back in Wisconsin would have paid off a little bit? That last cup is always hard, though. It's easy to hit them when they're all in you can re-rack, you can do all that. When it's down to the solo cup.
To be fair, about 10 straight until you made it in, they were clanging off one of the rims. Like you were locked in, it just wasn't
dropping.
But we made it.
Just want to throw it out there because you brought up the shrug game that I was there. I want that on the record.
That's awesome.
And it was like, okay, the game's over at halftime. You just dropped 35. I think he finished with 39. Double check that work, but I think that's correct. And they're gonna. I thought they were gonna sweep the Blazers. Of course, it went 6, and Game 6 of that series was still my favorite moment of any sporting event I've ever been to in Chicago sports history. Bringing it home. Now we can talk Bears.
Well, they won. They won, which is what matters. Not a lot of winning anymore.
Yeah, there's not a lot of winning.
In general, especially with this team that we talk about, the Chicago Bears. Hey, so we're in studio, and we were not supposed to be in studio today. We were supposed to be at Hallis Hall right now watching practices, which is probably why you had a 5 a.m. flight to get back.
Not really, but I was trying to go, yes. I'm super excited that it's tomorrow.
You're probably a little bit. Why are you drinking water, by the way? We should have some coffee or something for you right now.
I feel
some Strava
good.
Coffee, something.
I feel good.
Okay. What time did you wake up today?
Got 2 hours of sleep.
Oh, wow.
But had a great flight, and United Airlines coffee strong. Let's go.
What song did you sing in karaoke?
So I did not put myself on the list, but they put my name in there, and they had me do Barbie Girl.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Barbie girl. I was up there with the duet. My guy.
I was not expecting that to be the answer.
Yeah. My guy Robert Murray, who's making a name for himself in the baseball world, he just completely froze. It was terrible. I'm like, okay, I got to carry this whole thing apparently. And so I was on the ground. I was playing in the crowd. It was a good scene.
I do not do the. Oh, I'm gonna put a song in for you. No, I'm not gonna play.
Right?
That.
Super
No.
rude.
Very rude.
Barbie girl?
No, thank you.
You handled it like a champ.
One of my buddies wants me to do the song by Ray from The Heights or whatever the hell that 90210 guy. What I was like, no, get that out of here, man.
In their slight defense, Barbie Girl is an easy song to do. You don't really do anything other than yell, I'm a Barbie girl.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Doesn't make it right.
My go-to is Chumbawamba, Tub Thumping.
Oh, it's so good.
Karaoke.
So good.
Goodness gracious. I don't want to go karaoke with either of you, really.
Well, you should. I actually despise karaoke, and so I won't be going.
You don't like an I get knocked down, but I get up again?
I cannot stand. That's one of my least favorite songs of all time.
Well, it's a bad song, but for karaoke, like it's the spirit of the karaoke.
It's the same guy who was hating on Top Gun yesterday, so we don't really credit his opinions that much.
Hating on Top Gun? I don't know.
That one I'm in the middle on.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Why is this happening?
greatest.
Is this
It's a
like the
movie.
trendy thing now because Top Gun Maverick blew up? Now we
No.
get the haters that come out of the closet and they're like, "Oh no, you know what? Actually, Top Gun wasn't that good."
No. It okay. It was good.
This is what's happening.
It was good. All the volleyball scenes and I cried with Goose and everything. But there it gets a little too much hype. That's all I'm saying. There's a little too much Top Gun.
Give me Predator if I'm watching an 80s film.
Oh my God!
I mean,
Yeah. Stick around.
if we're going to that era, I've got so many that would pop in, but not right in that genre.
80s movie draft coming up. We're gonna have to do that one. All right, so we were supposed to be at Hallis Hall today, but the Bears decided to break some rules. No practice today. So we'll be there tomorrow instead.
So I've put this out there a little bit. I'm going to put it out right now, which we'll get your thoughts here. But, Okay, so let's rewind back to when...
Nobody's watching, so this is just between you and me.
Yeah, and hey, listen.
So try it out. Here comes the tryout take.
I appreciate this corner. Look, what did you think when they put Jalen Johnson on the second team? He's running with the twos.
Yeah, I was confused by it more than anything.
How is that possible that he's running with the twos?
I don't know.
You have one cornerback that you know is any good. How could So that gave me this weird, is this like Jim Boylan, Zach LaVine trying to make a point on your best guy and you want him to play a little different or you want him to follow the hits principle a little bit more? And I'm like, it just felt off to me.
Yeah.
And now you can't follow the rules, which apparently I guess some Bears fans are like, oh, sweet, they're hitting. No. Your first time head coach, you're in your 50s. Like, there's no getting some floose edge in June, May, whatever. I think it's off. I think it's weird.
The floose edge. I like that. For those of you that may be not up to speed on this, we should give Dan Weeder proper credit because he's the one that broke the story.
Way to go, Dan.
This morning. So we found out late last night, in the evening, early evening last night, that the OTA practice that was scheduled for today, well, they didn't even say that it got canceled. They just said that there would be no media availability and that media moved to Wednesday. And my first thought, honestly, was like, okay, this actually sometimes happens because some coaches will try to get like a team bonding day. Maybe they'll go bowling or something. Like the schedule changes. Like, surprise, we're not going to practice today. We're not going to run around. We're going to take you to Great America or some silly thing like that. I don't know.
I would love that.
So that's where my brain was at. Like, maybe that's what's going on with the last-minute change. Turns out, as Dan Weeder reported, according to a leaked source, the Bears were forced to wipe today's OTA practice off the books completely after violating the offseason rules of the CBA with live contact during their May practices, which is prohibited, a misstep by the new regime. And I believe he put in a story that the Bears had been warned, actually, earlier in the month about this. And according to a leaked source, the Bears were warned for having practices featuring too much contact last month, with requests made that they alter their practice activity to adjust. Eventually, when proper adjustments weren't made, the NFL Players Association was asked to get involved, and the NFL stepped in, deciding that the team was in violation of league rules. As a result, the Bears were required to forfeit one of their OTA practices.
So I get it that who cares? They lost an OTA practice. This has literally zero impact on the team. Yeah. Fine, I got it. No problem. This is not gonna. This will not matter over the course of the 2022 football season. And by the way, I think even though there's some optimism out there, I think we want the Bears to. We want Justin Fields to play well. We want the Bears to lose. We want a high draft pick. We want a superstar offensive player to pair with Fields. We want to win the Super Bowl next year after we have an amazing offseason spending $100 million. Right? Okay. That's the plan. Is that not the plan?
Sounds right. Yeah.
But like, look, man. I don't think it's that hard to follow the rules, and I don't think you. And if you think you're the smartest person, you're trying to get an edge, or that you're, I don't know, some Bill Belichickian, we're gonna do things differently. Like that's off. It's weird. It's just bizarre. Come on, man. You can't make it through OTAs without the league coming down. They warned you,
yeah.
And you kept going because you had to change the culture, get your thing going on.
That's the part that bothers me a little bit. I think in general, I don't care that they're pushing the boundaries a little bit. I think anytime on the practice field, I'm gonna sound like a coach here, but anytime on the practice field is valuable time, and you want to get as much out of it as possible.
Sure.
And the rules right now are very, very restrictive. And for a first-time coach, new coaching staff, a lot of new players. They're trying to learn as much about these guys as they can in a very short period of time. And they told us over and over and over again they're going to push these guys. And we've seen it with our own eyes. You've been out there, Carm. They practice pretty hard. I mean, and when I say hard, we're not talking about contact rules. We're talking about, more about the intensity, the speed of practice, the amount of conditioning going on, things like that, and just going 110% on every snap. The contact stuff's a little different. I don't necessarily have a problem with them pushing those boundaries. I don't like the fact that they kind of got caught, got a warning, and then apparently ignored the warning. That's where it's like, all right, what are you doing?
Yeah, and to your point, look, there's good energy out there. To me, it feels different, fresh, whatever, new. That's what it is. There's a whole new coaching staff, and when you talk to. And we've gotten a couple opportunities there in OTAs to talk to the actual position coaches. To me, like, everyone comes across well. I get it. It's, everyone's in a good mood. It's a new staff and whatnot. But I've been impressed by who Eberflus has brought in. That being said, again, hey man, you don't have to do anything overly special to get your system off the ground. Like, to bring in a little Matt Nagy or BU. Like, it's gonna happen, man.
Oh no,
it's gonna happen. Do your thing. How's that? Do your thing. Do your thing. Next level. I don't know. Come up with some catchphrase, but don't. It does not make you look good. I know. Again, that probably doesn't matter, but I don't know, man. Like, it's just. I get when people start to think they're the smartest guy in the room, it makes me nervous.
Yeah.
Like, just make logical decisions, do things the right way, get good players, good things are going to happen.
Yeah, look, I think that we've the only thing that concerns me a little bit is now we've seen a few of these things start to pile up in this offseason. Where you had the Larry Ogunjobi situation. Okay, where that was like
I didn't freak out on that one.
No, I know, but like even Ryan Poles admitted to, and I appreciated him being candid on it. He said, yeah, we probably could have allocated that money elsewhere over those 4 days had we known that the deal was going to fall through. So, I'm not necessarily, I didn't at the time make a huge deal out of it, but I did make that point. It still was a situation where you had a first-time GM learning about a situation and risk reward, and then you learn from it, and that's all it can be. And then maybe this is part of that too. I would just point out for Matt Eberflus, I don't know how much this is just being a first-time head coach. I'm pretty sure at this point he knows what the rules are. I think he's probably just trying to push them. My guess is most of these coaches push these rules. Last year, the 49ers, Cowboys, Jaguars all got caught doing this, okay? They all got fined. Typically what happens, the team gets fined, the coach gets fined. It's about $100,000 for the team, depending on the level of the infraction. Could be more, maybe $200,000. Coach gets about half of that personally taken out of his check. And, hey, if that's the price for getting a little contact out of practice, I think you can live with it. The problem is when you start to have repeated violations. So this happened to the Seahawks in 2016, and they ended up being docked a fifth-round pick in the 2017 draft. That's where you don't want that type of penalty. You could swallow some fines here and there and lose one contact day in May, but you don't want it to become a repeated problem. Last year with the 3 teams, you're talking about Kyle Shanahan, who's been a head coach now for a minute. He knows what the rules are. Mike McCarthy in Dallas, he knows what the rules are. Urban Meyer, he may not have known the rules.
Well, I think he was kicking the players, so that's why he got.
Oh yeah, there was that whole thing. God, I still get a kick out of that Chargers schedule video where they had the meme of Urban Meyer in the bar in the actual schedule video.
Brilliant.
I mean, that's just savage. That's so good. So, I don't know. If you're going to ask me, is this a big deal? I'm going to say no. But it's something you write down and you go, hey, remember when this happened? Remember when they bent the rules a little bit?
This could just be overall Bears organization doing things the wrong way, just build up that I would just like to see them be running smooth.
Well,
how's that?
I was actually thinking about that driving in. Here's the problem with this organization getting in this situation. Is just they don't deserve the benefit of the doubt with this stuff.
No, on anything, and that's the other thing, which you just teed up. No problem. It almost makes me happy that they have to pay some money out of their pocket. You got enough dough over there. I hope that doesn't hurt the new stadium in Arlington Heights down the line. But imagine if they like keep going. Bears lose draft pick in the middle.
That would be bad.
That would be bad. I don't think it's. I assume that's not going to happen.
No, that was because Seattle got caught multiple times.
I understand.
And by the way, we don't even know if the Bears are getting fined. I'm just pointing out that's usually what happens. So I'm expecting them to get fined because that's typically what the punishment is.
A little speeding ticket. No big deal.
Eberflus's, his philosophy is hits. It's not hits. So it's going to happen.
Good point. Tough to have the hits without the hits.
Man's building the culture. Let's go. Okay, buddy. And for the record, I'm on board with the Flus. I think I don't want to make it out like I'm anti-Eberflus on my second time on CHGO.
I feel like the last time you were here, you were also upset about something.
What
was it that day?
Maybe I'm just an unhappy person.
You are the opposite of that, actually.
I'm just I do get a little bothered when people it's I don't. Maybe it's like a Jerry Krause over like you're trying to draft because you're like super smart. People like look at, and then I go to the Cubs. You know what the Cubs did? They didn't do anything brilliant. They drafted Chris Bryant. He was the best hitter in the draft.
Yeah.
And that worked. Like you don't need Bears as you do this whole thing. Do logical things correctly over and over again. Make good like what you did in the draft. To me, Kyler Gordon, rather than taking the 9th offensive lineman or 8th wide receiver, taking the 2nd quarterback, that made sense to me. You have needs everywhere. Good job. Do more of that. Less of this.
All right. And you have, by the way, don't ever bring up Jim Boylan's name on the show ever again, because that freaked me out.
There's if this was the CHGO Bulls podcast, there would be hell to pay.
No, but the reason why it scared me is because it actually made sense.
It does make sense.
Like, if you're going to think, because we're still trying to figure out this guy, the new coach. Like, and you want to give him the benefit of the doubt because it's the honeymoon phase. No one's lost a game yet. I would just point out that, like, that Jim Boylan stuff was so obvious so quickly.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think we're there with Matt Eberflus.
We're not, and I was at Boylan's first ever press conference, right? So Pax comes out. He's standing at the microphones with the Bulls thing behind him. And, the media, KC, Schuster, Carman, we're there. All right. Well, there's 7 of us like listening to Pax. One of the 7 is Jim Boylan. And he's like, like trying to figure out. I'm like, what are you doing?
You gonna ask some questions?
You care what John Paxson is saying about you right now? And he was next. But it was so weird. So I haven't seen that moment with Flus. That's all. We haven't seen Flus do that.
No, I just kind of freaked me out a little bit. Let me just say, look, I think good coaches in the NFL probably do this all the time. Like, push the limits a little bit. And regardless, I think it's a good thing that this is an indication that they're going to be physical in camp, I think.
Yeah.
Like they're not, once they are allowed to hit, they're going to push these guys. And this is maybe a weird way, and it might sound like I'm trying to spin this positively or something, but I just always go back to Matt Nagy. He kept saying, like, oh, yeah, we're going to have live periods. Like, we're going to be physical. We're going to step it up this year a little bit. You know, we're going to have live periods of practice. And then, like, you'd be 2 weeks into camp, and there's, like, one live period on one day. And you're like, wait a minute.
Right.
Like, what? That's not what you said. And so I'd almost rather have the opposite here where it's early June, and they're obviously been physical enough. They already lost a practice out of it. Like, you don't want it to go to that level, but it shows you that they're pushing the envelope a little bit. And I think that that's a good thing compared to what we've seen from past Bears teams, especially recently.
I start to get nervous. Like, are you guys going to be killing each other in camp and you're going to get injured?
Well, that's the downside of it, of course.
But then the other side is like, you don't have anyone on the team that I'm really worried about getting injured other than Justin Fields. And you're obviously not going to be hitting the quarterback. So I think we're okay. Yeah. I mean, it would suck if Roquan got hurt or Darnell Mooney got hurt. But, like, I mean, who are we worried about here? Justin Jones, not me. And I hope he does, maybe he'll have a big year.
Yeah, well, you're right in that of all the years you can kind of push it a little bit more. Maybe this is it. They got to learn about these guys. So, and I'd like to know how this got reported.
Yeah,
like who's snitching to the NFLPA on this one?
Well, I mean, some people are saying that it's Wiederer.
Well, you're not. No, the penalty was. I did see that in the comments.
Yeah. Someone in the comments said Jalen Johnson probably did it.
Oh,
now that's an interesting one.
Carm's gonna figure this out. I love this.
Well, that would be candidate number 1, right? Y'all are putting me on this. You're having me run with the twos. You're doing all this hitting. Hey, I got people in the NFL like this.
Oh, man.
I mean.
Now, that's a conspiracy theory.
I wouldn't think he would do such a thing. Yeah.
Dan Wiederer is not the snitch here. The punishment was already handed down. He's just the one who reported what the punishment was. It's not like he called the NFL.
No, of course
not.
Like, it wasn't Wiederer. Dan, we love you.
Yeah.
You didn't do this. You would never do this to the Bears. Even if you could do it to the Bears.
Nah. Just kidding. Hey, the best way to support CHGO is to download the PointsBet app. Use code CHGO when you sign up, and if you do that right now, you'll get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. But that's not it. If you make a $50 or more first-time deposit, you'll receive a free CHGO membership, which unlocks all of our web content, and you'll even get a free shirt of your choice from the CHGO locker, like potentially this one. This is our Sky shirt, Carm.
I love it.
I think this is maybe our best one.
You
gotta look closely, but it actually says Sky in here. If I can get the mic.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Yeah, the buildings spell out Sky.
The buildings.
Listen, I was staring at the shirt for right when I walked in. It pops. You're there. You're doing it.
Especially on this screen, it looks like extra blue.
Yeah, it does look good on the screen.
Sky blue.
Yeah.
Is that?
Your whole look is popping today. I like the hat, the glasses. You look good.
I'm not rocking a Jordan hoodie though.
Yeah, but this is nice, but I think you're upper leveling it a little more pop.
Well, this is one of the shirts you can choose as your free shirt when you sign up for a CHGO membership and use that code CHGO from PointsBet. So you get $2,000 in free bets. That sounds pretty good. A free CHGO membership, which unlocks all of our great content at allchgo.com, and your free T-shirt from the CHGO locker just for making a $50 or more first-time deposit at PointsBet. Any questions, email pointsbet@allchgo.com, and we will help you out. Your home for live in-play betting just got even better. Introducing the live NBA same-game parlay. Quite frankly, can you make the playoffs more exciting? It's been kind of a drag, Carm.
Okay.
But thankfully, we have the NBA same-game parlay because that can really help you get through some of these games.
This series is about to get awesome.
Oh.
You don't think so? Listen, game 1 was phenomenal. And game 2 was, I actually, when I'm watching the first half, I felt like the Celtics were going to blow them out. I was telling me, I'm like, they're about to blow them out. And then, of course,
some people think the Warriors are just going to run away with it now.
No way.
No way.
No way. This is a 6, if not 7. And I'm picking Boston for the record.
Ooh.
I think I think they're better. I think they're longer.
Hey, shout out to Matt Peck. He's the one who
very trendy pick.
Warriors Celtics finals.
Good job, Matt.
And I think he had the Warriors winning.
I forget what he did, but yeah,
and he's right
possibly.
there. We could ask him. I'm
I-
pretty sure he had Warriors over the Celtics. Either way, just that he picked those two teams.
That's a good job. I had the Celtics. I didn't even. I think I had Phoenix in the West, but I saw the Celtics kill the Bulls at the end of the season, and I've been watching the Bulls play a lot of teams. Like Boston is out of their mind. I don't know who's beating them, but I'm picking them. They were incredible that day, and it's actually come true.
Well-coached team.
Yeah.
2 well-coached teams. Hey, online sign-up is available in Illinois. Download the PointsBet app right now. Register your account from start to finish, all from your phone. What are you waiting for? Once the game starts, don't just bet. Live your bet life with PointsBet. Gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. All right. We did have one super chat in there I saw. And I know that the comments are they're kind of all over the place on this one, which is fine. Nice to see the players are taking the hits principle to heart. Yeah, it's good. Good stuff, Monty.
Yeah, thank you, Monty.
Clayton comes through with the classic slow news day comment. Yes, it is June. Every one of these days is slow. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you're still here watching. We appreciate you for doing that. But yes, just to give you a heads up, from now until the start of training camp, these are all going to be slow news days. But we're still here for you, and we're the only ones doing that, which is why you should be happy with CHGO.
Yeah, this is thank God that they did this. Thank you. This is amazing.
When I saw this morning, I was like, thank you, Dan Weir.
We got news. Here we go. The Bears messed up OTAs. Hard to do, although you outlined many times it's been done before all across the NFL. So, but
I think it's hard to get caught, honestly. I think that's the problem. I'm pretty sure most teams are doing this.
Yeah,
the problem is you got caught.
I think that's a better way of looking at it. How in the world do you get caught hitting too much? Hey, those dudes over there, they're watching. Like it's not like they had the drone going on, right? They had to be somewhere, right? Or I guess they went to the tape.
You know, those trains are always going by. They probably had
that's true.
Matt LaFleur was probably on the Amtrak.
They got the NFL hobos
going right by, and he said, "Oh, I saw a hit."
Wait, so not hobos on the freight trains? You're talking about Amtrak or whatever?
No, I'm talking about
Okay.
Yeah,
Metra, Amtrak, it runs. It's true.
Yeah. Well, we used to joke like at Bourbonnais, planes would fly over, like these little small jets, and be like, "Oh, there goes Ted Thompson spying on practice." By the way, once again, Packers reporters live tweeting OTAs today. I think they're technically in minicamp this week. Packers always allow their reporters to live tweet practices, whether open and closed. They win the division pretty much every year.
You talking to Bears PR right now?
I'm talking to John Fox, every head coach.
He's back.
He's made it harder and harder.
Yeah, right. The idea that Adam Hoge's going to go out there and uncover some secret that's going to cost the Bears games is straight crazy.
Well, hopefully the Bears are spending today reading Packers Twitter and getting all these insights from practice.
Right.
So that they could beat them.
Right, week 2, let's go.
Because otherwise...
I'm sure Getsy still follows some of these guys.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
That's... Hey.
Probably.
The double bonus of Luke Getsy. Let's go, buddy.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's get to our grades for today. We started this yesterday. We're going to keep it going for a while now. But... we are running through players returning from last year, Carm. We're going through, I grade these guys throughout the season. I have a system that I follow. And yesterday we talked about Tevin Jenkins, your guy.
That is my guy.
Yeah.
Pilates, let's go.
We basically decided his grade was stupid and incomplete. Because what was he supposed to do? Play with no conditioning, strength conditioning, back injury.
He's a 100% incomplete. You have to redo the semester, redo the year, just like I did freshman year at the University of Iowa in chemistry. I had to retake that class. And thank you, Anthony Valente, for coming in for the midterms and taking that test for me. Is that I shouldn't have said that probably, but.
Well, I think they might. What year was that? They're going to come back and pull your diploma?
92. I think I'm good.
I think you got this.
Thank you, Iowa.
You're
Love
past
you.
the
Go Hawks.
limitations on that. Once again, a reminder, there are way too many Iowa influences
There really
in
is,
the
yeah.
CHGO office.
I love Tim Dwight myself.
We're a great university.
I was there for a couple years. I did not graduate from the University of Iowa. I learned a lot more socially than academically while I was there, but
That happens.
Good times.
Yeah, listen, I spent my time at the field house, not the actual bar, which is a bar, but I just played hoops.
Oh,
That's
I
what
was going to say that bar was terrible, but that's...
that bar was terrible. I was a Deadwood guy. Don't you worry. I'm one of you.
yeah.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I was with the cool
It's
kids.
Friday after class at the Airliner. For me.
Airliner, that was upper level for me.
FAC.
That's right.
FAC.
Friday after class. That's
Oh,
what we call
FAC.
it at
Okay,
Wisconsin. And I know
Great
the
one.
airliner.
Well, that was the beauty of Iowa. Class here, bar right there.
Yeah.
Bang.
Sounds like we're in an airport right
Yeah,
now.
I'm going to get that in a second. But check out the super chat.
I cannot hear you at all right now. I'm not going to lie. We have a super chat. Don Burr, the snitch. Don Burr's our resident Lions fan who's in here every day, which is weird, but we like him. He thinks it'll give the Lions a competitive advantage. Funny casual fans making this a big deal. Great show. We appreciate you, Antoine Robinson Jr., for that. All right. Let's get to our player that we're breaking down today. We're kind of going, you'll sense this, I don't know if we're necessarily going directly in order, but we're kind of going from the bottom to the top where the players graded out. So we are above 0 today. We are to a reserve special teamer player. That's the category that he gets grouped in. It is Mario Edwards Jr., who graded out just above 0, I should say, with a 0.20 last season. Which I'm going to have a running thing about this when no one knows what the numbers mean, but that's okay. That's why I tell you. It's a category where basically you weren't even a fringe starter. You're just a player that's a reserve, can maybe help on special teams. The problem with Mario Edwards Jr. is he didn't actually play that many special team snaps. He did some, but was really only hovering around like 20-25% special teams snaps as well. Really did not do much for the Bears last season.
And didn't he get 1,700 penalties?
Yeah, that was a problem.
Mario was getting in a lot of fights, which actually, to me, it spoke to the Bears culture. Hello?
It was. Well, first of all, you had a guy who was suspended the first 2 games. As we take a look at his
here we go. Yep.
season, he started the season with a 2-game suspension. He gave the Bears 2 sacks in 12 games. 1.5 of those sacks actually came in his first game back in Cleveland against the Browns. So he really only had half a sack the rest of the season. 5 hits on the quarterback. And I threw up his 2020 grade there because it was a 1.38, which is in the category of a fringe starter, which is kind of what he was signed to be, right? Like just be a depth piece on the line. You can get away with him being a fringe starter. The point of all this is like he went backwards last year. He had a suspension. I don't think he's a lock to be on this team this year.
I would 100% agree. But I would actually probably bet that he is, because who exactly who's getting to the quarterback? Who are your 4? I mean, who are your 2? Who's in the interior here? I mean, are we really confident that Justin Jones is going to hold it on and Al-Qadim Muhammad's going to take a major step forward? I mean, I would assume that obviously both of those 2 are going to be there, but I don't know. I mean, they still have some needs up front, do they not? Am I missing something here?
I was actually surprised too that they brought him back last year. Like that was one of the confusing moves, especially because he had the suspension going on as well. They signed him to a 3-year deal for decent money too. So he has just a little under $1 million guaranteed even of his 2022 salary. So that's probably partially why he's still around, but I don't think it's the end of the world to get out of it if you need to.
Sure.
Hey, wait, real quick. How high does your grading system go? Does it go to like 5, 100? Where's the?
Yeah, like.
Where does it go?
How
high can you be?
How high can you be? I mean, technically, if you're Aaron Donald, you could be like up towards like a 7.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like, so I don't really know.
I think the key point here is that 0.2 is not good.
Correct.
So anything above a 4.5 is like considered like a top tier NFL player.
And this is H-War, right?
This is H-War, as you dubbed it, even though it's not really about wins above replacement.
Okay.
But it's H-War.
H-War. I like it.
That's what he called it yesterday.
Well, listen, we're branding things here. We got Hoge's gradings. We've got numbers that we got to learn. We now know that I didn't know just before this moment that 7 is the top, 4.5.
It's not even the top. Theoretically, you could go as high as you want, but it's very unlikely if 4.5 is like a blue chip player, like an all-pro type player. You're not going to get too high. If I went back and graded all Aaron Donald's games, I am actually curious what he would be at.
Should 17 be the highest number based on how many games they've won? I'm just wondering what H-War. I got to figure out the back end. Is what I'm trying to figure out.
I'll tell you this: Roquan Smith was a 5.08 last year.
Okay,
which is partly why I was so adamant that he was snubbed for all pro, everything, because he plays at that level.
I think I like Mario Edwards a little bit more than you. The dude, there was moments of flash.
Which one of his 5 quarterback hits last year in 12 games was your favorite?
I was just so starved, I think, from anybody to do for someone to do something other than 18 sack a year, which I mean,
if you look at his Pro Football Reference page, like literally the second half of his season is just like blank.
That happens to Bears players; they just disappear.
They just disappear.
I mean, but Robert Quinn was blank forever, and then he became amazing. That's a completely ridiculous comp.
Mario the Flag King, says Mule.
Why can't he be the next Travis Gibson?
It's
a low bar.
Why can't Mario Edwards be the next Travis?
Yeah.
You want Travis Gibson to be better than Mario Edwards?
I know. Travis Gibson had some good flashing moments.
I like Travis Gibson.
Yeah. So
Travis Gibson will be considerably higher as we go through these grades. I'll just give you that tease.
Under the hits,
I liked him.
Think about the hits principle impacting Mario Edwards. Isn't it supposed to take a C- to like a B+? So his 0.2 could get all the way to 2.4.
You know what? How excited do you think the NFLPA was to ding the hits principle?
Yeah.
They've probably been waiting since January to be like, oh, we can't wait to punish them.
Okay, buddy.
For too much contact in OTAs.
You and your hits principle. No one's going 110% all the time. It's probably had a zillion players calling, hey, will you make sure if they do anything wrong to stop that stuff?
Right.
We want to have life after football.
Yeah. I want to know what they actually did, though. Hey, if you enjoy CHGO, one way to help us out is to download the PointsBet app. Use code CHGO when you sign up. Not only are you going to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000, but if you make a $50 or more first-time deposit, you'll receive a free CHGO membership, which unlocks all of our web content, and you'll even get a free shirt of your choice from the CHGO locker. Any questions, email pointsbet@allchgo.com, and Mark Carman will personally respond to you.
I will.
And in case you missed it, online sign-up is available in Illinois. You can download the PointsBet app right now, register your account from start to finish, all from your phone. You'll be signing up with the fastest sports book easier than ever, so you can start living your bet life in seconds. What are you waiting for? Once the game starts, don't just bet. Live your bet life with PointsBet. Gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. And I need to tell you about one of our new sponsors, Owen. Spelled O-W-Y-N, Carn. And it stands for Only What You Need. Owen is a 100% plant-based protein shake that gives you nutrition that works as hard as you do. All of their products are free of artificial ingredients. They're allergen-friendly, no gluten or dairy, easily digestible. And you know where I first heard about Owen, Carm?
Where would that be?
From Justin Fields.
Wow.
Chicago quarterback.
Okay. Shout out QB1.
Fields, who follows a plant-based diet.
Good for Justin.
That's what he does. Owen and CHGO have partnered to give you an awesome offer. You can get 20% off your first purchase at liveowen.com. That's liveowyn.com. Use the code CHGO20 and you can join Justin Fields. Try Owen, only what you need.
Get healthy, baby.
That's right. All right. Just to set the table to, I guess, close the 2022 expectations for Mario Edwards Jr. as we get through this. First of all, I'm interested to see if he's even on the roster, first and foremost. However, the positive spin would be maybe the scheme change will help him. Just being in a 40 front.
Yeah, no, I like that. And if you have talent and you have a coach who creates accountability, in theory, you will achieve at least somewhere close to your top, production level. And I do think I think there's something there, man. I do. So I don't know why I'm so.
You're a Mario Edwards guy. I didn't know this about you, but I'm excited about it.
I mean,
well, yeah, I believe C War, you had him at a 0.98 or something.
Yeah,
Carman's War. He's got him as a starter, I think.
I've got him in the rotation. I've got Mario Edwards impressing people, so impressing the Flus. We'll get a quote July 29 that Edwards is popping.
Edwards is popping.
Mark it down.
Maybe August 6th, one of those two dates. We don't have the official start of training camp yet, do we?
No, but I think it's going to be about Wednesday, the 28th? 27th.
Oh,
Wednesday the 27th.
Oh, my 10-year wedding anniversary, not that anyone cares.
10-year wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
Well, the Bears can't start camp on his 10.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss the first couple of days of camp because I'll be at tennis camp, but I'll be there.
You're gonna be at tennis camp.
I'll be at tennis camp. Yes.
Where's that at?
It's Boyne Mountain, Michigan, baby. Come on up.
Wow.
It's my favorite. I'm getting looks from the crowd here of just complete stuff.
No, I mean I'm gonna make a King Richard reference any second now.
Yeah, no, I was wow, great movie. Watched it the other night. Way to go, King Richard.
Wait, what?
The Will Smith movie.
Serena.
About
yeah.
Richard Williams.
It's a good movie. Will
I'm
Smith.
just surprised you watched it the other night.
Oh, it's making its way around HBO and cable package.
I gotta watch it.
Yeah. It's good stuff. But okay.
I'm too busy watching Top Gun. Which,
Mario Edwards
according
pops.
to you guys, sucks.
Yeah, Mario Edwards pops at training camp this year. Mark it down.
Okay. He'll do that. And I just want him to pop in a game.
Got to pop at training camp before you can pop
in some way that doesn't include a flag.
Yeah.
All right, last thing for today. We also have been going through Will DeWitt's player profile series at allchgo.com. He's the only person I've ever known to work so hard, Carm, that he is actually in Hawaii right now and yet somehow has a player profile coming out every day.
I think he tweeted that he's got 50 in the can.
Yeah, it's very rare. It's already done.
King of content.
Well, I don't know if they're all done. You got enough done, then you got to go to Hawaii. I don't think he's writing these in Hawaii.
I mean, if
he is, I'm going to be mad at him.
He just sent me a picture just moments ago saying that he took another one of my recommendations for Maui and went to Slappy Cakes, quality breakfast spot up on the west side of Maui.
Slappy Cakes?
Yeah. They got a griddle right on the table. You just make your own pancakes. Kids love it. Good times.
Okay, for all of our...
I don't know how you follow that, but good luck, guys.
For all our Maui listeners out there, there you go.
I would love to be living the Will life right now.
Yeah, I'm not... Yeah, and I'm very impressed, and I'm being serious, that the fact that he still has all these coming out every day. So today is a guy... I am actually curious how many Bears fans even know who he is. Or if you even know who he is. Matthew Adams, linebacker.
Yeah, I'm going to need a little help on Matthew Adams.
This is why we have Will. This is why we have allchgo.com, and why he's writing these up so that you can be more informed. Matthew Adams is actually one of the better special teams players in the NFL. It's kind of a under-the-radar pickup the Bears made this offseason. Came from Indianapolis, where Matt Eberflus was.
There's a shock.
Fifth-year linebacker, who, again, good special teamer. Only has 9 career starts. So he's not a guy that you necessarily are expecting to, be playing on defense regularly. If he is, you probably have some problems there. But he'll be a candidate to be that Sam linebacker in this 4-3 defense. I think in an ideal world, you probably want Jack Sanborn, the rookie out of Wisconsin, to win that position. But Adams, I think Adams is a guy who will stick on the roster because of his special teams ability. And he does give you depth at the linebacker spot. So he is the player that Will focused on today.
Can I ask you an Indianapolis question here?
Sure.
You've basically taken half their staff, right? And Frank writes, by the way, go ahead, have them all.
Yeah.
Are
you bringing up another red flag?
I'm just putting it out there, and now like we are just picking off. Oh man, let's go get our guy Adams. He will be sweet. There's a familiarity going on here, which it makes me go back to the Pace Nagy era. Like really, you and Nick Foles. That's your answer. You're buddy with Nick Foles. We got to go get him. Oh, you're buddies with Andy Dalton. We got to go get him. Really weirdly. So I don't know, man. We got a lot of Colts moving around here. It's
okay, but for like a backup linebacker, special teams player, I'm not too worried about.
Right, but why?
When he's a starting quarterback of the Chicago Bears,
it's fine. It's totally fine.
Well, that wasn't fine. This is fine.
Oh, yeah. No, I was just focusing back on Adams. I got away from Pace and Nagy, but it's fine. Go ahead and do it. But I don't know. Could there have been somebody out there perhaps with a higher ceiling than Matthew Adams for that position that but.
Well, they got him cheap. He's going to help on special teams, and then they've dressed it with the rookie class too. And we're talking about a guy, by the way, the same linebacker position. You're on the field 20% of the game.
Or matters very little.
The problem is, can he back up Roquan Smith or Nicholas Morrow if one of those guys got hurt? And I don't know. If you're down Roquan Smith, you're in trouble regardless.
But the whole Colts thing, you're good?
Yeah, because I'm
hire your friends, know who you know.
That happens so the problem Matt Nagy had, and maybe the Bears should have calculated this a little bit in hiring Matt Nagy, is Andy Reid doesn't let his assistants go. Like it's like a rule he has. You can, we'll help you progress. We'll help you get to where you want to go. You want to be a head coach, fine. You're not taking my assistants. And that's why you end up with him working with Mark Helfrich, who he'd never worked with before. And they think it was just because they shared the same agent, you know? Like, so I think that I'm able to see both sides of that where, you got certain, like Alan Williams has been with Matt Eberflus for a really long time. He wanted to reward him. It's a step up where he gets to be the defense coordinator. Like, that's a promotion. There's nothing fishy about that to me.
Right. And by the way, when you talk to the assistants who have worked with Eberflus, and it's expected that they would say nice things, but it does feel genuine to me. Like, why did you want to follow Eberflus? Oh, well. And it's, he's just rock solid. He's a great guy. He's a great human being. There's just a lot of good things that flow out. So it's all fine and all something that I'm just paying a little bit of attention to how this thing's all coming together.
Yeah. All right.
I thought when you were going to pose the question about Indianapolis, I think you were going to ask about the shrimp cocktail at St. Elmo's or something like that.
Great spot. Let's go.
Yeah.
I mean, Mr. Draft Combine, I would assume.
Oh, yeah. I've pretty much been there every year, multiple times. Shrimp cocktail.
It's a little spicy. That's the.
Well, that's the whole point.
That is the whole point.
You can buy the sauce at Costco, by the way. The St. Elmo's sauce is at Costco. Life hack.
I did not know that.
Yeah, you can get it there. Now, the steaks are a little overrated. I'll just say that. They're good. But for what you're paying for, they're not. It's not the Michael Jordan of steaks.
And I don't want to get the anti-spice crew against me. I like spicy food. Because, if you don't like spicy food, you get knocked down a peg in life. I like spicy food. St. Elmo's, it is drenched with that sauce.
Yeah, well, it's horseradish. It's not even.
It all encompasses the shrimp. Sometimes I want to get a little, the shrimp's a nice. That's a premium.
You can you got to get the right amount on there. You don't have to eat all of it. It clears out your sinuses like that.
I'd love a nice St. Elmo's meal or.
That's what Nick needed to get through the show yesterday.
Right. Yes.
Was just some St. Elmo shrimp cocktail. That would have gotten him right out of that funk where his voice was basically gone. mid-show.
Yeah, but just everything about Indianapolis, great sports town.
Yep.
You host big events incredibly well, and now you're helping out the Bears, hopefully.
Hey, the player preview from Will is available at allchgo.com. Check it out. It is unlocked for you. All of these player profiles are unlocked for you at allchgo.com, and please sign up there for a membership. And that's where you get all the extra locked stuff. And we have stuff on every single team. Great coverage for every single team out there in Chicago, including even the Red Stars, including the Sky, like the Sky shirt I'm wearing today, and the Fire as well. So check it all out and check out the members-only Discords for each team as well. A lot of good stuff in the fan communities, and we appreciate all of you that are sticking through us in these summer months as well. We got a lot of good content coming every single day, and assuming they don't, get tomorrow's OTA practice dinged, we will be there tomorrow and have a live show. So we'll be about 5 o'clock tomorrow night to wrap up Wednesday's OTA practice. Are you going to be there tomorrow?
I am. I might have to pop my head on the show just to smile and give you guys a little, squeeze and head on out. But yes,
squeeze?
I don't know, a little back rub,
yes.
I don't know, like just get the face in there, give a tap, get a dab, move along.
You joke, but like Jarrett Payton used to actually come through
and it'll be hard.
Give me like a back rub, and now I don't see him as often out there, and it makes me sad because it, actually felt good.
Maybe Shea P will be there tomorrow.
Maybe
we should get Deshaun Watson his number. Too soon?
Wow. Yeah.
I missed that one.
You made a Deshaun Watson joke.
Oh.
Get Jarrett's number to Deshaun.
You see the look on his face? Oh.
Well, that's just that whole thing is beyond.
It's getting worse too.
Wild.
It's wild. How about what was the Rusty Harden?
Rusty.
I don't know what he's out there doing.
Retire, Rusty. Retire.
My old radio station, 610 Sports Radio, he's going on there that, a lot of people get happy endings. Wherever he said, I don't want to get it wrong, but, that was unbelievable.
Yeah,
are you out of your mind?
Basically what he said. Yeah.
I don't think that's what you're supposed to say, Rusty.
Rusty, what are you doing, Rusty?
The Rust, man.
But, hey, $230 million guaranteed. I still can't believe that went down.
Yeah. Also, with none of the salary in the first year, so that when he gets suspended, it really doesn't cost him that much.
Well, and if
the second you knew the Browns were the team trading for him, you knew it was going to be a disaster.
I think if the suspension went in year 2, there was at least I read that they could move it around. So no matter whenever they took him off the field, he wasn't going to feel the pain. Okay.
Not great.
Sorry I brought that up.
No.
It's good to be really good at football.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
I guess.
We definitely learned that repeatedly in life, I think. All right. Thanks for being here, Carm. Appreciate it.
Adam,
a day.
Thanks for having me, brother.
We'll take a nap.
No. We're going. We got to get a workout. Let's go.
Oh, nice.
We're gonna go strong to the finish now.
That's huge.
Is this the Carm or Cap? You sound like the Cap man.
No. Don't.
I'm not ending.
Nobody can do what the Cat Man does. That guy's in his own corner of the world.
I think someone's calling you Adam Sandler, which I find funny.
I have a little. I've heard that before.
Yeah, and
he's slightly more
going.
Yeah,
which I like. Yeah.
Jay, Adam's slightly more successful than me, and
I'm excited for the new film.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be great. I'm sure. Yeah.
Hustler coming to Netflix, I believe.
It's always fun to be here.
Oh, I actually want to see that. It's a serious movie, right?
It's the Hoops movie.
Yeah. I'm excited for it. All right, we're out of here. Follow me on Twitter at Adam Hoge. Follow him at the Carm on Twitter. He's the best. Appreciate him being here. Lawrence producing. The whole team here at CHGO. It was loud in here during the show.
Yeah, a lot of activity.
We got through it.
I mean, the HVAC was my issue. The other issue was not mine. So
no, I'm not throwing. I like the livelihood. Like now that we're at 1, there's more going on.
Correct,
and I appreciate that.
I was totally distracted.
We
had pictures going on over there. So much noise.
There was a good 10-minute period, Lawrence, where I literally cannot hear anything coming out of your mouth. We need
I stopped eventually talking to you.
The fact that you can hear Lawrence and it took me to mid-show to dial up my ears so I could get that. I'm like, do you have something? I was wondering if you had a headset in there.
No, I wish it would help.
Yeah, we need our
And then when the HVAC kicks on, it's just like an airplane's taking off.
Hey, feels good in here. HVAC.
It's the best. Hey, we'll be back tomorrow after Bears practice. We'll talk to you then. See you next time.
Bears.